Hello YouTube, this is ryusei here with a video. Alright, now we have me, the far side, versus the challenger, Jose. Alright, so Jose has a Politoed, and I lead off with my Breloom. So now Breloom is a big problem for Jose. First of all, he says he hates physical attackers. And second of all, he is a grass guy. So here I go straight for the Spore, and he went for the Protect just to scout out my move. So I go for the Spore again, and I was thinking if this Politoed was a bold Politoed, like most Politoeds are, that it'll not die from my Seed Bomb. So that's why I went straight for the Spore, put him to sleep, and he goes straight for his physical wall, Ampharos. Like I said, a lot more people are using Ampharos nowadays, just because it's easier to get with black and white too. So I went for the sub, because that's what my Breloom does. It's Spore, Substitute, and then Focus Punch. So here, Ampharos does his Cotton Guard, which drastically increases defense. Basically, it gives it 3 stages, which is like double and a half. So my Focus Punch doesn't really do too much. I mean, it is a +3 defense Ampharos, and I do just under a quarter, but it has leftovers. So here he continually does Focus Punch, and I continually do Substitute. This is because I felt that Focus Punch does have low accuracy, and at some point it would miss. So instead of going straight for Thunder because of the rain, he's going for Focus Punch because he thought the Thunder would not KO. So after 2 Focus Punch to his Ampharos, it's down just about 3/4. So I knew if I can get another Focus Punch off, then I could pretty much KO this Ampharos. Like I was saying, he continues to use Focus Punch for a little bit while I keep on subbing up, because I figured that he's bound to miss one time, and then I can get a Substitute and do another Focus Punch. But here he goes for the Thunder, thinking that you know, it might or might not hit, because he was feeling the same thing. And Thunder, obviously in rain, hits, but Thunder does more than a quarter of my health, which gets rid of my Substitute. So at this point, I know that that he can continually just Substitute up. So I switch into my Gastrodon, and I take that Thunder, because I'm not affected by it. So here, his Ampharos goes for the Focus Blast, because I guess he feels that he can wall my Gastrodon or something. So here I'm like stockpile, and my Gastrodon is a very funny Gastrodon. It's about even with defense and special defense, and I got the stockpile up, so it with a couple stockpiles it can wall pretty much anything. But before then, it can pretty much take a decent hit from either special or physical. So here I went for the Toxic, and he switches into a Sharpedo. And I guess he went for the Waterfall, and yeah, he didn't know Gastrodon's ability. And yeah, so he just went straight for the Stab, most powerful Stab. And that kind of wasted a turn for him. So here I got 1 or 2 stockpiles up, I think, and yeah, pretty much I think I go for a stockpile, thinking that I can handle it, and he gets a crit. So that pretty much made my Gastrodon useless, which I was really mad. But you know what? It's a part of the game, and you know, he did good. He did good. So, anyways, Sharpedo is getting that speed boost, but since he's poisoned, he only has a set amount of turns to even really stay in and sweep. So I put him on a counter, and so that means that his Sharpedo is essentially useless. I mean, he's gonna try to get as many Pokemon as you can, but I'm gonna send my walls out, which are water, so most of his attacks, his strongest stab won't do too much. So here he goes into his Politoed, and I remember that his Politoed, I think, had one turn to sleep at least. So I'm gonna take advantage of this, and I'll switch into my Breloom. Because in the 5th gen, the turns of sleep were reset. So if you guys keep track, like say you put something to sleep, and it stays asleep for about 2 turns, and then he switches it out, then you're guaranteed those 2 turns of sleep. So here he kind of predicted that. He predicted that I was going to switch out, so he switched out into his Raikou, and I learned the very, 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 very hard way that Raikou is fast. It has base 115 speed, which is faster than all of my guys on my team. And at this point, he proceeds to sweep me. And yeah, so I'll let you guys watch that. As he's basically sweeping me with a Raikou. I just want to say that next week, on October the I want to say 28th, there will be a VGC doubles. That's a Sunday. Sign-ups will start at 12. Tournament will get underway probably around 1:30, and $5 entry fee. And I hope people actually do come. It's 555 Lordship Boulevard in Stratford, Connecticut. And this is just, like I said, these are feature matches of this tournament, and there's a lot of good players there, and a lot of players that just know what they're doing and everything. So yeah, in this case, I'm getting kind of pwned and swept, and then I have another video later on. I ended up facing him in the Final Four, and I'll tell you the outcome of that match a little later. So here, this match was just full of hacks against me, like a lot of hacks against me. But then again, I did win 3 matches in a row before this. This was round 4, final round before Top Cut. So my luck was bound to run out, with hacks and stuff, which is fine. I have no problem with that. So he continues to sweep me, and I send out my Blastoise, figuring he's gonna OHKO me. But Blastoise, yet again, surprises me. Like, today, the tournament, Blastoise has been, like, all my Pokemon have been living with, like, 2, 3, 4, 8, 5 HP, and it's actually pretty funny, and gets a lot of people pissed off. And, yeah, so Blastoise takes out his Raikou, and he goes into a Sharpedo, and Sharpedo will crunch me, and yeah, my Blastoise goes down, and I think that's it. Yeah, yep, he won. Did a really good match, and have a good one.